Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, per usual, is my co-host, Joel Meyer. Joel, how are your vibrations doing tonight?
My vibrations are not vibrating. Not much is bouncing my way. The vibrations are numbing my skull, so to speak. And your Philly teams have not been helping me. Um, yeah, I know it's been a pretty consistent trend over the past couple of weeks of just being pretty miserable, but that is the state of my existence at this point. And the Eagles are not fucking helping. I need them to win that division, and they did not do us any favors by losing as 7.5 point favorites against the Giants. And you know what? Fuck Cam Skadoo, man. Like this guy was part of Arizona State University. I bet against him every fucking week, and this guy keeps running down my throat. And okay, fine. He's out of college football. He's graduated. He's in the NFL. No, he still keeps fucking me over scoring 3 touchdowns for the Giants against the Eagles. Eagles are absolute shit. It's gonna be rough. Commanders probably gonna take the division the way that things are trending right now, but that was rough. Hockey was rough. We did not see as many goals as I expected. Yeah, it's been a rough few days. It's been a rough month.
Yeah,
Perfectly honest.
it's been a rough fall. It's been a rough season here for you. So basically, fall started here. So we want to have new listeners here for the season starting. We do appreciate you commenting, liking the videos, leaving those 5 stars, ratings, and reviews. Appreciate all that. But yeah, Joel had an accident, a mishap, let's say, in early September, and he's still recovering from that. So Joel's not quite back to his normal self, but I hear it in his voice today that he might be going a little bit. So hopefully we can get that going here.
I'm so fucking fed up. Yeah, I fell in a fire. To just be perfectly frank, and I caught fire. My whole body is fucked up. The doctor's not saying anything encouraging to me, so I'm just in a bad place. But we march on. Hockey's back. Blah blah blah. Hooray, hooray!
Yeah.
At least the Avalanche are 2-0.
Yeah, Avs 2-0. That was an under that we did not expect last night. We have 16 games on Saturday. Only 2 of us tonight, so maybe it won't go too long. But we have to get right into them. So neither of us watched too much hockey. I watched the Flyers game last night. Joel didn't watch too much. So our puck buck bets here. Let me just throw these up here. We're transparent. We show our puck bucks every game, every day, and just nothing too good so far on this season. I'm 8-12, down 108. You are 12-13, down 80 there. We've had a bunch of bets yesterday. The only game I can comment on is the Flyers game. They went with Dan Vladar as the starter over Sam Ersson, which shocked me because Ersson has been here, but it's a true goalie competition there for Rick Tocchet, and he went with Vladar. Vladar looked very good. Flyers looked better than I thought. Stayed in that game. 2-1 game there. Tampa Bay, I think, blew like a 3-1 lead, so that went over. Pittsburgh got it done at home. Detroit, I forgot John Gibson's garbage. Minnesota, dominating win. Nashville, nice 2-1 win over Columbus. Dallas, Winnipeg was high scoring. Utah, Colorado was low scoring. Ducks lost to the Kraken. Vegas forced overtime and won, but couldn't cover the puck line thanks to Alex Nedeljkovic, I believe.
It was a miracle that they won that game.
Yeah. And then your Canucks covered there on the puck line on the back-to-back. Quickly running through my picks there.
Yeah, once again, I bet every over. I didn't have the Canucks over on this one somehow. 4-7 on the overs, not so good. We had some high-scoring games, but still couldn't get to the salami thanks to a couple very weird low-scoring games between the Mammoth Avalanche, Rangers Sabres somehow was very low-scoring. Preds and who did they beat? The Blue Jackets. That was very low scoring. So yeah, that was tough. Minnesota though, easy 5-0 winner. Stars, that should have been a very easy winner. The Jets made a late push. They made it a little bit sweaty. It ended up being 5-4. Stars came through. Preds beat the Blue Jackets, as I mentioned, and the Ducks. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it done against the Kraken. But I did take a little gander through the expected goals share of these games, and honestly, like a lot of them are very close. So there were no true blowouts. So hockey still remains the most palatable.
It has the most parody. I don't know if
Most
parody.
parody, yeah, but we
Yeah,
need to have another word for that though. The most parody. That
yeah.
we gotta fix that Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, hockey's the one sport where like if you're a huge favorite, you're minus 200, minus 250. In football, if you're a huge favorite, you're minus 1,000. Like so these locks, these huge favorites, even we see minus 300 is huge. Minus 400 favorites sometimes lose. So like it's anything can happen. Goalies can happen.
Eagles minus 450 last night.
Eagles, yeah. I was gonna bring. Oh, if anyone wants to join, help out the Hockey Island podcast this season, we already had a few people reach out. If you want to join the show as a guest or as a host of some sort, either have some sort of podcast history or send me a mock podcast. If you talk about the game and whatnot. If you want to get involved behind the scenes, producing, tracking puck bucks, helping out on social, doing graphic, the Discord, whatever, let me know. Reach out to me on Twitter at rgilbertsop is the best way. At hockeysgpn is the official account. You can reach out on there as well. But yeah, looking to get some people from the community involved, get some fans, get some other people on here to add a third voice and not just have Joel and I pretty much agreeing on everything once we get to when we know what teams are.
For some reason, I'm always the one that people reach out to, even though I've made it explicit that I'm not involved in any of that stuff. So just talk to Ryan. Fucking send your shit to Ryan. He's the one on Twitter. He's the one involved.
I do all the admin work. So yeah, that's
exactly. So I don't know why you reached out to me. Even go on.
We did get Joel. You know what would really raise Joel's vibrations right now? A 5-star rating and review. And we did get a 5-star rating and review over the past few days. So I will read that at the end. It's very short. That's all we need. Short and sweet, 5 stars. That's all we need. So we are, we're throwing along here. We got a 16-game Bukake here with every team in action on Saturday. Let's just get right into it. Joel, are you ready for this 16-game slate on Saturday, October 11th?
I don't know what this new sensation is, but I think somebody's clicked on this remote vibrator that's sending sensations throughout my body. But yeah, we're ready to go.
I don't want to know where that vibrator is, but I will get going. Here, starting things off here at 1:30. We got the Los Angeles Kings plus 114 at the Winnipeg Jets minus 135. We have the total at 5.5. Over is minus 105. Under is at minus 115 here. This is a game that I have not bet. I probably will not bet, but if I bet anything, I think I want to bet the under, but the Kings just played a 6-5 game. The Jets just played a 5-4 game to the Stars, starting their season the way they ended it with Dallas winning there, Mikko Rantanen having a good game. But yeah, I can't quite get a read on the side here. Looking at last year's, home away records on the road, the Kings were 17 and 26, 19 of them in regulation, or 24, I should say. And then who's the other team here? The Jets on the road were 26 and 15. So they were good everywhere. If I had to play a side, I guess it would be the Kings. They just came off a win in Vegas, but a few of these teams have played 2 games already. So maybe that's going to be a little bit of fatigue for them. But the Kings at least had Thursday off, so I would look that way for a side if you had to pick it. But the only thing I would potentially bet is the under 5.5.
I'm right there with you at the under. I'm stepping away from my blindly betting overs for the slate. We're done with that. Just a lot of the scores were not inflated by any means, or deflated, if as the case may be. The expected goals have been pretty low. So yeah, the totals make sense for a reason. But so yeah, the under 5.5 here. We know how these early games, the matinee games in the East Coast, tend to be with the sleepy starts. Not a lot of activity going on. So under 5.5 here, two low scoring teams at the best of times. So yeah, I like the under quite a bit. And for the side though, I mean the Kings they got pretty dominated by the Avalanche, but they were they matched up against the Knights very well on the back-to-back. Now they have a couple days off fighting the Jets, who are very, very bad against the Stars to start the game. So they lost that home opener. So if I had to pick a side, it would be the Kings plus 114. But like yourself, I'm going with the under.
Yeah, I like the under a lot here now, looking at it. Last season, and the Kings won all three meetings, 4-1, 2-1 in overtime in Winnipeg, and 4-1. So might end up making that under a puck play and a personal bet on myself. But yeah, Kings as a dog here. Might take that there because you had Forsberg in net for that high-scoring game, and Kemper should be back in net after the his 4-1 loss in the opener.
Should bring up the injury concerns too with
Yes.
Cole Perfetti out.
Logan Stanley, Archie mentions here in
he's
the
just saying he's bad. That's like a subjective opinion there.
Yeah, every team has at least a few bad defensemen. Archer, come on. Yeah, Cole Perfetti out, Dylan Sandberg, Adam Lowry still out. I guess Jonathan Taves played or is healthy now, so good for
trying
him,
to play.
He's trying to play.
Trying.
We're all trying to play in the NHL, aren't we?
We're trying to fucking do this thing on a Friday night.
Yeah.
It's just, there's not like the dog days of the first fucking week of the season, and here we are.
I mean, you've been in the dog days for over a month here, so props to you for doing all these podcasts. I really do appreciate it.
What the fuck else am I gonna do?
So true. This is first Friday night here. We're feeling it. Let's keep going here. Oh, it's a 12:30 local start in Winnipeg. Not sure why they're starting so early. Not sure if that's the only time they have sunlight up there.
It's every week. There's usually that early game.
But 12:30 seems a bit early. And also Winnipeg seems like it should be more than an hour behind the East Coast based off just how far out there is. But this isn't a time zone podcast. Maybe some other time. 4 o'clock here. We have the St. Louis Blues -125 at the Calgary Flames +105. Total is at 5.5. Over at -118. Under at -102. Joel, what do you have here?
Blues showed up against the Wild, just absolutely destroyed at home. Lost that one 5-0, and it was a deserved loss. They were not good at all. Flames have been they've been in the wars already. They had the Battle of Alberta first game of the season. They showed up, but coming back from 3 goals from down to win that one in overtime, a shootout. I don't remember. And then they have to go to Vancouver to play another rival there, and they lost their leg. So the Vancouver Canucks were way better in the third period, just dominated them. Ended up winning that one 5-1, if I remember correctly. And now they come home against the Blues. I think it's the Blues here. -120. I think they're the better team. A bit embarrassed they're at home against the Wild, so I'm going with the Blues. I think they are the better team, like I said. And the Flames are also, they played Devin Wolf on both games.
Dustin Wolf.
Right. Okay. Devin Cooley is
Devin
the
Cooley. Are you sure they sure with that?
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
I'm going to look right now.
Was I watching the wrong game?
I'm not. No. Yeah, 2 games played there. He started both games.
That's right. So Dustin Wolf is just going to be asked to be called upon to play a million fucking games, and for good reason, because this Flames team doesn't have much else behind him. They're still without Huberdeau. I don't expect he'll be back for a little bit. And yeah, Blues. I don't know. They're done against the Wild. They're losing that one 5-0. But I do think that they're a better team than they showed in that first game. So -125, I don't think is too much of a price to pay. And for the total, under 5.5, we're gonna see a few unders on this card, based on my personal bets. And this is one more. Again, an early start there, and that would be 1:30 local time, 2:30 local time.
Well, one would not be 1 o'clock local time? Isn't Calgary on the West Coast?
No, they're Mountain Time, so it's 1
they're
hour.
2 hours behind. It's going to be 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Yeah. So I think under 5.5 is also a decent bet that I've placed myself.
Yeah, I was listening to the PDO cast today with Tim Filipovic and some goalie. Do you want to pronounce it better than I just did?
I don't know who's on, but rest in peace to Thomas Strauss's father. That's why he's not been involved this week. But I don't know who's on the show today.
Yeah, it was today was someone else, but the one from yesterday was some goalie expert. So they were talking about a bunch of goalies, and like he was praising the hell out of Dustin Wolf. Like his great edge work. He's a small goalie, very, very sound. I think maybe like Woodley, Jason Woodley or something like that.
Kevin Woodley.
Kevin Woodley was on. So yeah, it was talking about, it was like Dustin Wolf, like he got a 4th place Hart vote last year. That's how important he was carrying this team despite having no offense. So starting him, back-to-back games makes sense, but now they have their 3rd game in 4 nights. It's their home opener. This is when, those legs get really tired, for that third game in 4 nights, fourth game in 6 nights. That's what players talk about. And 5-1 loss in Vancouver. Went to Edmonton, down to Vancouver, back to Calgary, got outshot 35-22 and then 26-18. And the Blues outshot the Wild 26-21. They had a 63% of the expected goals for share. So I expect the Blues, Jim Montgomery, to have his team ready. Love the Blues here at -125. And I would look to the under as well. I hadn't had that yet for myself, but I may end up adding that. Okay, we are brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. And of course, you got to check out Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. You're getting the best prices there. Whenever you price shop around, if you have Novig involved, they have the best price there. Usually very little juice, if any. It's available in 35 plus states. So download the Novig app. You get $50 when you spend $5 if you use promo code SGPN. It's free money right there. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. Just as a disclaimer, the free money is from myself, not from Novig. That's editorializing the ad read. But yeah, make sure you go there, promo code SGPN. All right, only 2 afternoon games for the 16-game slate, which is a bit interesting. But going down here to 7 p.m., we have the New York Rangers -142 at the Pittsburgh Penguins +120. Over under is at 6.5. Over paying off -114 or +114 for the over, and the under at -135 here. Of course, we saw this game on opening night on Tuesday with Artem Shilovs putting up a shutout as the Penguins took that one at MSG by a final score of 3-0, 2 empty netters, I believe. But the Rangers went to Buffalo on Thursday night, 4-0 win, while the Pittsburgh Penguins won at home, their home opener, 4-3. I believe they had Tristan Jarry in net for that one, so should be back to Sealobs here. JT Miller had a goal and an assist in Buffalo, so maybe he's feeling better, but I got to go with Pittsburgh at home, -120. They beat the Rangers in a close, low-scoring game. Don't see why it would be too different here. It's not a home opener for them, though. But, still, last year at home, they were 21-15-5. On the road, they were 13-21-7. So still a very good home team. And the Rangers were, just over 500 on the road, too. So got to go Penguins here, +120. And I would take that under 6.5 juiced up.
Yeah, Penguins off to a hot fucking start there, beating the Islanders and the Rangers, as you mentioned, and they were the clearly better team in that game, even though it was in MSG. And now you're getting them at home at +120. What was line in the first game? It was like Penguins +185.
Pittsburgh closed +202 here, according to the covers game log.
So yeah, clearly a lot of respect now for Penguins adjusting those power ratings, and for good reason. The Rangers did beat the Sabres 4-0. But they didn't look that good to me. I was flipping back and forth. They didn't catch a lot of this game, but
Sabres are beat up too. Like they don't have UPL. Josh Norris left the game. A few other depth pieces are out. Like they're already the beat up Buffalo Sabres.
Right. So I don't think we could take too much away from that win. So yeah, for the side, you might as well ride the Penguins on their hot. I do expect that they'll fall off as the season goes along. But right now, everybody's healthy. You get the old guys, they love the long rest over the course of the summer. So now, their goaltending is playing well. Jari, Silas, whoever is going to be in net. So yeah, I think that if I had to play a side here, it would be that Penguins at a dog price. But for myself, though, I think that the under is the best bet. The way that the Rangers are playing right now, I expected them to be better offensively under Mike Sullivan. But he's certainly making it an emphasis, a priority on fixing the defense, and that's worked at least. If nothing else has worked, they are better defensively, at least against the Sabres. And the Penguins did get a lot of chances against them in the opener, but Rangers are better defensively. They have the best goalie in the league, probably in Igor Shesterkin. So yeah, the under 6.5 here, juicy -135. That's a 6 at most proper shops. So yeah, the under I think is my favorite bet here. But if I had to take a side, it would be the Penguins here at a home dog.
Yeah. All right, going down to 7 o'clock again here. Got the Ottawa Senators plus 124 at the Florida Panthers -148. Total is at 5.5. Over -115. Under -105. Joel, what do you have here?
Yeah, I have box scored watched the Senators against the Lightning. Unfortunately, the Senators scored with fewer than 2 minutes left in that one to steal a regulation win away from the Lightning. So we didn't even get a point there. But looking at the box score, they were tit for tat with them all game long. Lightning, they won the expected goal share in terms of the power play. But 5-on-5 Senators were they're equal, and they made Vasilevsky pay. Hopefully that he becomes better over the course of the season. And now they're playing the Panthers, who've got opponent pick. You know, it's funny, like these teams who have serious injuries, we get a lot of juice going behind them. They're more motivated to compensate for the injuries, and that's the way they played. Panthers dominated the Flyers. They dominated the Blackhawks. Certainly teams that are weaker than the Senators, but -148 here, I think that's still a good price to back the home team. And yeah, they're just chilling at home. Senators, big win against the Lightning. They're feeling good about themselves. They're high as fuck. So yeah, if I had to play a side here, it would be the Panthers. But the total is kind of interesting. It's pretty low there. I'm not sure if Bobrovsky is quite worthy of this price. And you know, the Senators are better defensively now. So this would be the first of the slate that we've talked about so far, where I would look to the over. But yeah, I think the Panthers are still going to keep riding here, whereas the Senators are coming out that big win against the Lightning. So, yeah, give me the Panthers money line.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to be betting on this game. I want to see how the Panthers do against a non-bottom 5 team in the league. The Flyers finished fourth worst. Blackhawks were what, second worst. So let's see how they do against the Sens, because they beat the Blackhawks by 1, they beat the Flyers by 1. I don't know if I'd say the Panthers dominated the Flyers. Like, the shot total was definitely up there. Expected goals was a lot closer. I think the Flyers actually won that battle because kept the Panthers to the outside, but it was just one line for the Flyers. The Tyson Forster, Noah Cates, Bobby Brink line. No Michkov, no Couturier, no Zegras, no Konechny doing much. Konechny missed an empty net at the end, though, to tie the game towards the late in the third period. But I want to see how the Panthers do against a hungry Ottawa team here, coming off a comeback win in Tampa in their opener, probably feeling pretty good. They have a few different lines they could use. So if I had to go with the side, it would be Ottawa. Plus 124 is just not enough for me, given that, Florida's still a very well-structured, well-coached team, still very good even without Barkov and Kachuk. Lundell scored. Marchand scored. Marchand's going to be a beast this year. Take some Marchand props until the books catch up there. He's playing on the top line, I believe. So I would look to the Sens and the under here, especially if it is all mark against Bob. It should be a pretty good goalie matchup, but not going to be betting this game probably. Down to 7 o'clock again. Got the New Jersey Devils plus 210 at the Tampa Bay Lightning -142. Total is at 6.5, under at -130, and over at plus 110 here. Devils opened their season in Carolina and lost 6-3 there. Just Hurricanes domination. I think, Kendre Miller had 2 goals there, 1 on the power play. Seth Jarvis had 2, including an empty netter. But it was a close game. It was, 1-1, 2-2, 3-3 until late in the third period there. So, maybe don't look at that 6-3 final score. It was more like a 4-3, 3-3 type of game for the Canes. But for the Lightning, I also don't really know what to make from their first game, because they had a big lead, 3-1 after 2 power play goals, and then blew it there until Kucherov scored to make it a 1-goal game again here. But yeah, I think, the Lightning are similar or better than the Hurricanes, and the Devils are, probably better than the Senators. So nothing too strong here. If anything, I'd go with the home squad Lightning -142. And then the over 6.5 at plus 110 would probably be the better play for this game.
Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion on the side. You pretty capably outlined how it's going to go. Maybe if I had to put the side, it would be the Lightning at home here after a tough loss against the Senators. And Devils were they were in that game, but they always lose against the fucking Hurricanes. Were they like 2-9 or something like that in the last little bit there? Yeah, it's not a good matchup, but this is one where I think that we could see a back and forth affair. So that's why I'm going with the goals over 6.5. I think we do see a lot of goals here. Two great power plays, a lot of elite firepower on the ice, and some questionable goaltending. Vasilevsky did not impress in that home opener, and Markstrom, we know how terribly he played in his performances last year. So I think we do get a lot of goals in this one. This would be the game that potentially carries the salami if we are daring to bet it on Saturday, because we could see 9 or 10 goals in this one if both teams are up to snuff.
Yeah, I would say take the no, I guess 6.5 makes sense for a 4-3 game that hits, but take the 6.5, maybe take it 8.5 and see a 5-4 overtime game or something like that. Okay, going down 7:00 again here. Big rivalry game. Got the Toronto Maple Leafs -155 at the Detroit Red Wings +130. Under 6.5 -135. Over 6.5 +114. Joel, take it away.
Well, of all the games I watched in the early slate last night, it would be the Canadiens against the Red Wings. And the Red Wings looked like absolute dog shit against the team coming off a back-to-back in a border game in the Montreal Canadiens, and they got slaughtered. Red Wings had no electricity at all. They were bad defensively. They're bad in that. They had nothing going forward. And now they're going to go against the Maple Leafs, who I think that will they'll do the all Pythonic experience where they just crush them. They'll destroy them with defense and goaltending. The first game against the Canadiens, the Leafs were pretty pathetic offensively, but they did enough defensively to limit the Canadiens' chances and emerge with a 5-2 win. So I think we'll see a similar experience here against the Red Wings. So for the side, I would take the Leafs here at -155 because the Red Wings, I think, are pretty toast. They got some promising youngsters, Mark Gasper, Brandon Nygaard, something stupid Norwegian. I can't remember his name specifically. Boris Sader, of course, on the back end. Lucas Raymond, he's a bit older now, but he's still a legit threat on the wing. Patrick Kane on the other side of the hill, but still very good going forward. But altogether, I don't think the Red Wings are a very good team. So give me the Leafs. And give me the under 6.5. -135. That's not a real price. It's under 6 at any respectable shop. So we're going with the under and the Leafs here.
Yeah, for the puck buck bets, we can if it's under 6.5 at -135, we can take a 6. We can do pushes. We don't have to pay the juice here. My only one question to add to that is, did the Red Wings look like shit? So it wasn't just Gibson, like they were getting completely outplayed by the Habs?
From what I saw, yeah, the Canadiens were pretty dominant. I mean, look at the expected goal stuff. The Red Wings were fairly close, but watching the game itself, they looked thoroughly outplayed.
Red Wings had 73% of the expected goals, 68%
when
adjusted for score. This is on a natural stat trick at 5-on-5. So I don't know. I didn't watch the game. They outshot them 31-17.
Was that 5-on-5 or like all?
No, that's 5-on-5. 5-on-5.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Habs went up 3-1 after 1 and then 5-1 after 2, so they may have been just playing in a defensive cell, so garbage time can't look into that. But yeah, if you're betting this one, take the Leafs. But if you're betting it, just take the Leafs regulation or puck line +170. I think they'll be able to cover there against the Red Wings. Cam Talbot is starting for the Wings, so it's not going to be Gibson. But I still think the Leafs. The Leafs are looking to come out strong. They're getting Austin Matthews is annoyed about the Mitch Marner questions. They're looking to come out strong. So take the Leafs here on the puck line, and that over. I guess I don't really have a side.
Yeah, what did Craig Berube say? Something like, "At least I don't have to hear about the core 4 anymore."
No, it's a key 3 now, isn't it?
Well, no, it's got a rhyme.
Key 3 does rhyme.
Key 3.
Key
Fair
3.
enough. Key 3. Yes, you got me.
Yeah.
Key 3. God forbid.
All right, down to no, we already did that game. Down to 7 o'clock again here. Buffalo Sabres -105 at the Boston Bruins -115. Total is at -135. Under is at +114 here. I believe this is my game to take here, and I really like the Bruins at -115. The Bruins are a well structured, I guess, well coached team there with Sturm behind the bench. 3-1 win in Washington as big dogs. Got the overtime win against Chicago. That was a back and forth game though. Chicago was up 2-1 for a little bit there, but David Pastrnak, Morgan Geekie, Elias Lindholm. Take Geekie and Lindholm point props because they're going to get some stuff from Pastrnak looking good there on the top line. And yeah, Buffalo did not score in their season opener. Now going on the road, where I'm pretty sure they were shit last season on the road. 13-24-4. Boston was still 20-14-7 at home. So love the Bruins here at -115. Yeah, and I would take that under 5.5. +114. See, a Swayman low scoring Bruins game. 3-1 maybe, but Bruins would be my best bet here.
I have nothing much to add there. I agree with both those bets. This line is lined like the Sabres are the better team. And once you apply home ice advantage, the Bruins should be higher than -115. So that's the way I'm going for sure. We got two fairly easy opponents in the Blackhawks and the Capitals. The Bruins won that game in Washington, largely on the back of their goaltending. They were outplayed in that one, but that's the way it's going to go with Boston. This is the team that they were a couple years ago. Not the team that like absolutely destroyed and won the President's Trophy, but still a team that were able to win games on the back of their defense and their goaltending and just getting key goals from performers like David Pastrnak. And I think that's the way that this team is going to go. And they'll end up in the high 80s, early 90s in terms of their point total. And yeah, I did not like what I saw from the Sabres against a pretty miserable Rangers team. Couldn't even score a single goal on them. And not because Strickland's playing elite. It was just the Sabres offense looking pedestrian. So I like the Bruins here. Good home team, -15. I like that. And like yourself, I love the under 5.5 here, +114. Again, that's something that's an under 6 a lot of places. Yeah, both teams' offense, they're all offensively deprived from what we've seen in the early parts of the season. And yeah, I don't see why this isn't just a 3-2, 3-1 Bruins win.
Yeah, I could see the Bruins like piling it up and be like a 5-1 final to screw that under. But yeah, Buffalo already has a bunch of injuries. I downplayed it earlier. Josh Norris is out for the game. Owen Power is questionable. Zach Benson is questionable. Kesserling hasn't started. He's on the IR, still without UPL. And yeah, should be Swayman back in after it was Corpusalo in the last game. So love the Bruins here at the -115 price. All right, going down to 7 o'clock again here. Got the Washington Capitals -115 at the New York Islanders -105. Total is at 5.5. Pretty much there at a pick 'em. Islanders started their season with a loss there in Pittsburgh 4-3. Washington started with a 3-1 loss to Boston. But just looking at the shot totals, both teams tended looked to be the better team. Islanders gave up 2 power play goals on 5 chances. Washington power play went 0 for 5 in their first game there. I don't know. This is a game I need to see what these teams are. If anything, just the under 5.5 with Thompson versus Sorokin.
Again, we agree on the total. The under 5.5 is something that I bet already. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't have too much to add. And Islanders, they look pretty weak offensively going against the Penguins. I was thinking maybe Patrick Waugh would get these guys going offensively, but through one game sample size, it hasn't transpired just yet. We'll see if he fixes things going forward. But until that happens, we're gonna keep going with these unders, and the Capitals offense still 30-year under Spencer Carberry, and he has shown no interest in launching a full assault offensively. So I think they'll keep playing the same way. So we got 2 elite goalies, 2 very defensive teams, under 5.5. I think that's just a very simple under.
Yeah. All right. Ad break here. We are brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is a great place to play fantasy pick'em, where you can win up to 500 times your entry. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite player stats. Available for a ton of sports. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with code HGP. And of course, you guys got to check out Rhythm. They're crushing it in college football and NFL with picks and props. They went 8-2 on passing prop overs in week 5, including 5-0 on Dylan Gabriel props. Rhythm is also giving away weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. You can win $1,000 if you track 5 bets of the same type from a model you build. So use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. Okay, down here to 7 o'clock. Again, a lot of 7 o'clock games here. We got the Philadelphia Flyers plus 210 at the Carolina Hurricanes minus 258, over 5.5 minus 130, under 5.5 plus 110. Hurricanes puck line is plus 105. And coming out of that Flyers season opener, I wanted to be able to bet them in one of these next few games. Maybe plus 210 is going to be enough for me. Plus 225, I'm seeing on some books, I would maybe take there. But the Hurricanes just have the Flyers number. Last season, 5-0, 4-1, 6-4. The year before, they 3-2, 4-1. Flyers snuck a win in there, but Hurricanes won 9 of the past 10 meetings. Big 6-3 home win over the Devils in their opener there. Flyers probably going with Sam Ersson on Saturday night, I would guess. Even if it is Ladar, I don't know if I can actually put even some hard-earned puck bucks on this, let alone real American dollars. So I'm not going to play a side, but I'd play the over 5.5 minus 130. I could just see the Hurricanes piling it up here for like a 5-1 win.
Implying there is a difference between hard-earned American dollars and puck bucks.
Oh, of course. Apologies to the puck buck, the bank of puck bucks, of course.
Yeah, this is a line that's widely available out there, but I took a plus 230 for the Flyers. I think they do have a spoiled potential against the Hurricanes. Hurricanes should win this game more often than not, but at a nice plus 230 price there, the Flyers would be good. Plus 210 is a little bit weak, but I still would take that over minus 258 for the Hurricanes. I think there is an upset alert on this game. Hurricanes beat the Devils, but they're always going to be playing better against the Devils, against the Flyers, considering that the Devils are their main rival to win the division. The Hurricanes were the better team in that one. Flyers going out of Florida, like you said, they were competitive in that one. So playing 2 of the best teams in the league on back-to-back twice in 3 nights is a little bit encouraging, I think. So the Flyers are a little bit live, but the under 5.5, I think, is just good. Like Rick Toggin has got this team playing better defensively already. Goaltending, I'm still worried about the Samuel Ersson and co, but it is the Hurricanes. They're not going to be looking to pour it on offensively. And they're obviously the best defensive team in the league. So under 5.5 here, and the Flyers. Let's get like a 2-1, 3-2 win for the Fly guys.
Yeah, I would take that one there. Okay, down to 7 o'clock yet again. We got the Montreal Canadiens minus 142 at the Chicago Blackhawks plus 120. Over 5.5 minus 135. That should be a 6. And under 5.5 is at plus 114 here. Joel, are you taking the Canadiens?
Oh yeah, of course. Once more, we're going with the Habs. Even that first game against the Leafs, I thought that the Canadiens were highly competitive. They just lost that one 5-2, which did not dictate or represent how the game went. And they were very good in that one. I thought they were the better team in large parts of that game. And then they thoroughly dominated the Red Wings, even though maybe the expected goal stuff doesn't express that the same way. But man, I guess the Blackhawks just thoroughly outplayed against the The Bruins thoroughly outplayed against the Panthers. Obviously, two better teams than the Canadians, but still, you're getting only at minus 142 here, whereas those other teams are much more highly priced. So yeah, Canadians here, they're in Detroit area, very short distance to Chicago. Chicago coming back from Boston, so I like the Canadians here quite a bit. The total, we get an under team versus an over team as far as I'm concerned, and the line reflects that. It's pretty equal there. So this is not something I bet in terms of the total, but I have bet the Canadians to win this game.
Yeah, got to go Canadians here. Only minus 142 seems a bit short. I guess it's a home opener for the Blackhawks. Blackhawks were decent at home last year with 15 wins as opposed to 10 on the road. Montreal, not good on the road last year, 17 wins as opposed to 23 at home. Third game of fourth night for Montreal as well, all on the road, Toronto, Detroit, and then Chicago. So maybe there's some fatigue there, but Habs just a much better team, minus 142. Am a little bit worried about Spencer Knight. He was mentioned as well by Woodley there on the PDO cast about a guy that, usually at his age, they're coming into the NHL. And now people are like, all right, he's a bust already. And now he's playing behind a bad team, but he definitely kept them in against the Panthers. So as long as it's Montembeault versus Knight, I'll probably take the under 5.5 here at that plus number. But love the Canadians at minus 142. I think that's one of the best prices on the board right now. So get that before it moves up.
I got minus 140, so it is one of the better prices.
Yeah. All right, down to 8 o'clock here. Got the Columbus Blue Jackets plus 140 at the Minnesota Wild minus 166. Over 5.5 minus 120. Under 5.5 at plus 100 here. I am all over the Wild in this game. 5-0 win in St. Louis to start the year. Coming back home now. Columbus mustered just one goal against UC Saros there. I think Gustafson's on that level for them. Outshot the Predators 40-33, but the Wild, when they're healthy, I think are one of the top teams in the league. With Kaprizov there, they have Rossi on the top line now, so they can drop Joe Eriksson next to the second line, add some depth to them there. Let me just check their injury report to make sure I'm not missing anything. I keep clicking on the wrong thing, and it's taking me to a different place there. But Brodin is day-to-day. Nico Sturm is out. But, yeah, they're mostly healthy. Columbus is healthy. Minnesota, a good home team. Columbus, I don't think was good. Yeah, Columbus 14 wins on the road last year, 27 losses. So give me the Wild here, minus 166. Have not allowed a goal yet. Coming back home. Got Gustafsson with that new contract. Kaprizov with the new contract. So give me the Wild. And then I would take the under, too, at even money here.
That's true. I remember that they were a lot better team at home than they were on the road. That is, speaking of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Yeah, so I'm going with the Wild here. I don't have too much to add. We can keep moving along. Thorleo played the Blues on the road. Now going back down, like Gustafsson, maybe talk a little bit of shit out of it, just trying to create content for our overplay, which failed by a goal. But yeah, the Wild are still a much better team here, and anything under $2, I think, is worth a play against the Blue Jackets.
Yeah. Fading the Blue Jackets. Sorry, Blue Jacks out there. Apologies to you. All right, down to, I believe, 8 o'clock again here. Got the Utah Mammoth at the Nashville Predators. Utah minus 118. Predators minus 102. Over 5.5 minus 122. Under 5.5 plus 102. Got a great logo matchup here with the Mammoth against the Predators here. Who do you got here?
Prehistoric, right?
Prehistoric, absolutely.
Saber-tooth tiger against the woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
I think the Mammoth are a little bit disrespected here. I know they got smothered by the Avalanche. No puns intended there. There's a lot of room for those metaphors. But the Predators, they won that game against the Blue Jackets, but I don't think the Blue Jackets are any good. And they were at home in that one as well. And Mammoth coming to town as just a slight favorite. The fact that they are a slight favorite is a little bit worrying, because I don't know if they deserve that just yet. But if I had to pick a side here, it would be the Mammoth. But I kind of like some goals here. I know that we had some 2 low scoring games in the first ones, but now both teams playing each other. We have a ton of offense on either side, especially on the Mammoth. And not loving the goaltending. I know Saros is still an elite goalie, but he's over the hill. He's over the cave, so to speak. And see, let's go with the over 5.5. I think we get some goals in this one, and give me the Mammoth for the side. But this is not something I'm terribly confident in.
Yeah, I think I'm going with the Mammoth here. I think they are ultimately the better team than Nashville. 1-goal games there. Utah in Colorado outshot them 33-27. Both teams had a power play goal there, so must have been pretty close there at 5-on-5. And then Nashville only a 2-1 win against Columbus. One of their goals coming on the power play, just 1 for 4 on the power play. So yeah, Utah here at -118 has to be the play. Utah was better on the road last year, 20 wins on the road, 18 at home, and Nashville at home, 20 wins as opposed to 10 on the road, but they were just dog shit all year overall last year. But yeah, I'll take Utah here -118. I think they have their playoff odds kind of reflect where they should be. But what, this is Nashville's home opener, right? No, it's not. So you don't even have that factor. So yeah, give me Utah -118. All right, down to 9 o'clock here. Big game, Dallas Stars +110 at the Colorado Avalanche -130. Over 6.5 +110. Under 6.5 -130. Joel, what do you got?
Right, yeah, the Stars just coming down from Winnipeg would be a border game. Wow, and that wouldn't be a border game because it's been two days since that one. Fuck this NHL scheduling with no games on Friday. It is throwing.
They're not advertising this as a 16-game frozen Bukake here. They have another one on like a Thursday, October 28th or something. But they're not advertising a Saturday. Their first Saturday of the season. They don't have it staggered.
Yeah, it's because
they're getting more publicity for having no games today than for having 16 games tomorrow. They're getting clowned.
It's gross. It's because they have baseball going on. They also have college football. ESPN is.
Speaking of baseball, how's that going so far? 0-0 top second.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got
the Phillies are out. The Phillies are out. What are you worried about?
I got my Mariners in Game 5. No run first inning came through for Colt there.
I did put like $40 on the Mariners to win today, so I'm with you.
Wait, Archer just suggested the podcast title in the chat: "The Drunk Ramblings of Autists." I'm in.
Well, it sounds like something an autist would say.
The Frozen Frenzy from Smitty there in the chat. I don't know why they're not on here with us as former guests of the podcast. I guess they're probably working. They're working.
Yeah, just making us do all the work. Anyway, Stars Avalanche. Avalanche been very good defensively going against. The Kings aren't a very good defensive team, but they smothered the Mammoth pretty good. Now going against the Stars, who are coming off of a very comfortable win, despite the showings of a third period from the Jets, who made it a cozy 5-4 loss. Yeah, I like the Avalanche -130. This team are pretty. I think that business trip defines the whole trajectory of this Avalanche team right now, and
they're at home.
I know they're at home, but the whole season is a business trip.
Oh, the whole season is a business.
The whole season.
Avalanche to win the Central yet? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, the Avalanche are on a mission right now. I think that they got the back against the wall. They know that the time is short. They got to make the most of this McCarr contract, which is going to expire in a couple of years. McKinnon is still obviously on a good deal, and yeah. So I think Avalanche are going to be on a mission to succeed here, and the Stars are not too confident in how that they're playing so far. I know we just have one game, but anyway, Avalanche here -130. I like that quite a bit. And the under 5.5, under 6.5 -130. Avalanche playing very good defensively against the Kings and the Mammoth, just smothering them. I know we got Wedgwood, but he hasn't been an issue so far. The Avalanche have been doing a good job of providing a lot of defense for him. So Avalanche and the under would be the play here. I think you got the Rantanen revenge game factor, but I think that he already ejaculated all that in the first round against the Avs last season. So yeah, give me the Avs on the under.
Not even a metaphor, just straight up saying that Jack was in there. Yeah, I agree. Avalanche here at home, minus 130. The most impressive part about their only allowing 2 goals through 2 games, one in each, is it's Wedgwood in net, not Blackwood. We thought Blackwood might be, a Vesna candidate, but Wedgwood in there holding his own. So props to him, props to the Avs. That Stars Jets game, looking at the box score, Stars were up 2-1 after the first period, no scoring in the second. The Stars scored 2 goals in 34 seconds, a third one less than 2 minutes later. Then the Jets scored 2 shorthanded goals on the same power play, and Kyle Connor scores late. So that's just a wacky game there. Wacky Winnipeg hockey there. So yeah, give me the Avs at home. They're a good home team. The altitude likely does hurt the Stars. They're going from Winnipeg down to Colorado there in Denver. So yeah, like the Avs here at home at minus 130.
You got a reputation to maintain now. Ryan the geologist after that Utah Mammoth call out. The fact that they have the same.
I was just looking at the logos. They look the same, but the Utah has tusks up, and the Predators have the tooth going down. That's it.
My point is that the Utah have the same altitude as Denver.
Oh, the altitude, yes. From last show. You're trying to do a callback right now, Joel?
I know it's also going show. On with the chat. With the chat, Frank Smith.
Does altitude? Oh, thank you, Frankie. Can we call you Franklin per chance?
He says, "Does altitude hurt the Stars?"
Stars are usually up there in outer space, so I don't think so.
Damn, they can't compete with that.
All right, here. Down to 10 o'clock now. It means we're almost closing out this slate. We got the Vegas Golden Knights minus 166 at the Seattle Kraken plus 140. Total is at 6.5. The over is at plus 110. The under is at minus 130. Joel, take this one.
If I have to. Golden Knights were lucky to in that one, unfortunately, against the San Jose Sharks, thanks to some meanderings and goaltending confusion from one Alex Delkovich, but they were still a better team in that one, so I'm not too concerned just yet. Jack Eichel, my word, he was fortunate to get that goal there, and the Kraken, they beat the Ducks, but the Ducks were absolutely impotent in that one. So, this is just a tough one to call, but I'm going to go with the better team here. Give me the Golden Knights minus 166. I think we'll get a better effort from them than we've seen in the first couple games. I don't think the Kraken have too much to offer offensively. So that's going to be the difference of the game, which means we're also going at the under 6.5 minus 130. I don't know. The Golden Knights have been involved in some high-scoring affairs so far, but this is where we see a low-scoring game. And for that reason, we're going with the Golden Knights and the under 6.5.
Yeah, I think I agree with both of those plays. I'm not going to be playing the Kraken here. I'm surprised they beat the Ducks. Vegas, looking at their road record last year, they had 21 wins, 20 losses on the road, so over 500. Seattle at home, 18-5. They were under 500 on the road and at home for the Kraken there. But yeah, Golden Knights are a bit interesting. The 2 overtime games so far, shootout loss to the Kings in the first one. Going to be their third game in 4 nights, from LA to San Jose. Isn't too far, up to Seattle. Seattle's been at home, but yeah, it's the Golden Knights. This is a great price here, minus 166. I'm seeing minus 182 out there, minus 170. So the market probably likes Vegas, but we got to shout out these futures. Pavel Dorofeyev for the Rocket Richard. If you can get triple digits on that, jump on board while you still can. He has 4 goals already. Jack Eichel for Hart, Eichel for Art Ross, Eichel for Selke. Just bet Eichel and just bet Eichel futures and you're good, right?
6 points in 2 games.
Yeah,
not the way I would have wrote up the scripts.
No, definitely.
But we take him however we can get him.
All right, down to 10 o'clock again here. We have the Anaheim Ducks minus 122 at the San Jose Sharks plus 102. Over 6.5 plus 110, under 6.5 minus 130. Joel, with all due respect to both of these teams, do you want to just skip this game?
No.
Okay. Go ahead then.
I'm excited for this one because we like to see what's going on with Joel Quenneville's Ducks, and the Sharks have always been one of the more interesting teams to watch. Yeah, I wish this would be the 10:30 start in terms of Eastern Standard Time, but no, I think what this is going to be a very fun game, which is why we're going over 6.5 plus 110. I'm sure you get a juicy over 6 if that's the way you want to go. But no, this is a game where you typically see a ton of goals where teams are not exactly in the playoff mix. We'll see about this time. The Ducks could very well be in that conversation at the end of the day. But no, I think that we're going to see some goals in this one. So that's why I'm going, and I think the Ducks are a much better team. They are, a full 10 points at least better in terms of their point projection in the market. And, they're on the road and all that, but minus 122, I think that's pretty damn good. So we got more promising potential in terms of the Ducks youngsters, and the Sharks have Celebrini. And I'm not exactly thrilled by the veterans that they brought in. So, yeah, we're going with the Ducks. And we're going with the over 6.5.
Yeah, Ducks won all 3 meetings last season. They've won 5 straight, 7 of the past 8 meetings. So Ducks minus 122, or in the puck line. Joel taking a puck line here is going to be. You said
I didn't
puck
say
line.
puck line.
You took the over 6. I heard the half, and I was like, oh no, it was the over 6.5. You took.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, Ducks puck line probably be my favorite.
And these fucking guys in the chat are saying that I'm not the one who's going to make it to the end of the show.
I don't know why I don't know why they're saying that. All right, down to 10 o'clock again here. It's the last game. Got the Vancouver Canucks plus 145 at the Edmonton Oilers minus 175, over 5.5 minus 135, under 5.5 plus 114. All right, Joel, how are your Canucks going to do here?
This is a bet that I've not made. That I'm looking at making, which would be on this market, it's under 5.5 at plus 114, but I would be looking towards the under 6. Canucks really worried that game down. They kept it easy, slowed it down against the Flames, and I know the Flames had Dustin Wolf in net, and the Canucks had Demko in net, who played very well. But I think that we could see a similar kind of game against the Oilers, where the Canucks just lean on their defense, lean on their goaltending, and make this a slog, or we see like an overtime 3-2 game for either side. So this is another one where I'm looking towards the under. For a side, though, if I had to take it, it would be it's tough there. I don't know if plus 145 gets me to the window, but if I had to play it, I'd choose that over minus 175 for the Oilers. But not something I'm terribly excited to bet. Just the under, I think, is the play, which is weird for this early season slate where I'm picking more unders than overs. But I'll still have the over in the salami. No worries about that. Let's just hope we get like some 9, 10, 11 goal games finally.
Yeah, there's not even a 10:30 game on this 16 game slate.
It should be the Duck Sharks game.
It should be the Duck Shark game. Absolutely there. I don't really have any thoughts on this game. Maybe I think the Oilers are a little bit favored too much until they figure out their goaltending and defense situation there. They scored 2 of their 3 goals in the power play against Calgary. Vancouver scored their 1 goal at 5:05, 5 goals at 5:05. They won 5-1, not lost 5-1 there. But I don't know. Maybe this is a pass game for me. I don't know right now. I have nothing on this. All right, that is the 16 game slate on Saturday, October 11th. Let's get into these puck buck bets here. I was writing mine down in here as we went along there. I have the Kings. All of these bets are either, if it's a plus odds, they're 20 puck bucks. If it is minus odds, it is to win 20 puck bucks, unless noted. Kings Jets under 5.5 minus 115. St. Louis minus 125. Pittsburgh plus 120. Rangers Penguins under 6.5 minus 135. Toronto minus 155. Tampa Bay Devils over 6.5 plus 110. Boston minus 115. That is a little bit more. That's 35 on that to win 3 units. Boston puck line plus 215 for 10 units. Montreal minus 142. Minnesota minus 166. Utah minus 118. Colorado minus 130. And then Ducks puck line plus 205 for 15.
Okay, so just using the one book that we usually use, let's go with the Kings Jets under 5.5 minus 115, 25 puck bucks. Let's go with the Blues money line minus 125, 25 puck bucks. I'll look into the under on that, but I'll skip that for now. Leafs Red Wings, yeah, under 6.5 minus 135, 30 puck bucks.
Do you want me to find a -6 on that for you?
Whatever. No, we'll keep it simple.
We'll keep it. Yeah, tonight we can keep it simple.
Yeah, that's an off-screen conversation to be had. Senators, Panthers, over 5.5 minus 115. This could be entirely contrary to what I was actually saying in the show to begin with, but
doesn't matter. I added the how much? 25 on that.
Sure. All right, Canadians. This one I know I'm very confident in. Canadians money line minus 142 against the Blackhawks, 40 puck bucks. Rangers, Penguins. We're skipping it.
Okay.
Give me the Bruins minus 115, 25 puck bucks money line. And the under 5.5 plus 114, 20 puck bucks. Devils Lightning. Over 6.5 plus 110, 20 puck bucks. Kind of like the Lightning money line there, but not enough to bet it. I'm going to skip Flyers Hurricanes, Capitals Islanders. Skip. Give me the Utah Mammoth Nashville Predators under 5.5 plus 102, 20 puck bucks. With the Stars Avalanche under 6.5 minus 130, 20 puck bucks. And give me the Avalanche money line, 25 puck bucks.
Okay.
Give me the Golden Knights. Let's find the regulation minus 120, 20 puck bucks against the Seattle Kraken. Canucks Oilers, skipping that, but we got 2 bets. Give me the Ducks money line minus 122, 25 puck bucks. And then the same game, over 6.5 plus 110, 20 puck bucks.
Those are the puck buck bets there. If you don't want to have to go back and look at them, you can go on our YouTube. They're around hour and 3-minute mark here on the spreadsheet there with all of that.
Blame the NHL for all these crazy 16 game slates. Why can't we just have 4 games on Friday and 13 on Saturday?
Yeah, we got 1 Sunday and I think 10 Monday again for Canadian Thanksgiving and whatnot there. So hopefully we'll go back to a regularly relatively normal-ish slate next week. Haven't looked ahead too far here, but I think maybe we should start doing puck buck bets as we do every game. So then it's easy enough for people, and then we just do a summary at the end.
It's tedious listening to that.
It's tedious. We're just listing off stuff there. So those are our puck buck bets. If you're on YouTube, give us a like on this video. Who else is breaking down games like we do on a Friday night for a 16 game slate? Give us a thumbs up on that video. If you're watching, comment, let me know your best bet for the game. Subscribe as well. We've seen a lot of subscribers. Appreciate all you guys. Make sure you guys keep that coming there. Appreciate all of that. And a 5-star rating and review on the Hockey Human podcast on Apple goes a long way. Just like Nicholas Holt did on 1 day ago. 5 stars. Great sports betting content. That's all you need. Same title, same body. I'm not sure if that's Nicholas Holt. Kind of sounds like Colt a little bit. I'm not sure if that's a
It's not
thing.
him.
I don't think it's him either, but that's going on there. I got Smitty in the chat. I think this is yelling at you, Joel, that you were banging the table for the Flyers and you skip them. I don't think you were banging the table for him, but
when did I ever bang the table for the Flyers?
I don't know if you banged the table in your life on a podcast.
No. I mean, there's been a few times.
Maybe other times.
Yes, but the Flyers? I haven't bet that.
No.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, we appreciate all you guys in the
He says I'm a drunk. He's the fucking drunk.
Aren't we all?
Oh, 230. I bet plus 230, but the line here is plus 210. So I'm not exactly excited to give you guys a bet that you can find elsewhere in the market. That's all.
Yeah, plus 230 when the best available. Oh, there's a plus 225 on FanDuel. Plus 220s out there. So yeah, just wait and bet the Flyers at puck drop, and you'll get maybe plus 250.
It's never something I was really excited about. It's just like it's like a sprinkle for me.
I'm not even excited about it. I'm a Flyers fan. All right. So schedule for next week. I might do something on Sunday for the 10-game slate on Monday. We will not be recording Monday. Possibly Tuesday. There's 8 games Tuesday, but for Wednesday, we'll definitely record Wednesday for the 11 games on Thursday, and then 4 games next Friday and 13 games next Saturday. So we'll get probably 2 or 3 shows out to you guys, talking about games, talking about early futures. Hopefully we'll have better takeaways after seeing these teams for 2, 3, 4 games, for teams that we can fade, trends we can follow, and stuff like that. Yeah, make sure you reach out to us on Twitter at HockeySGPN or myself. If you are looking to get involved with the Hockey Gambling Podcast, you can always also check us on Discord, sg.pn/Discord. Like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell on YouTube, 5-star rating review on Apple and Spotify. Joel, I can't imagine you have anything else.
No. Give me LSU against South Carolina tomorrow. Not for an actual bet, but in terms of pure reading. And we got over win total on LSU and under win total on South Carolina. So we are going to be
you're already bad at that. Yeah, you're already bad at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll be sweating on Saturday night.
All right. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Myron. And if I'm still wondering where my vibrations are at, is it my ass? Is it in my cock? Is it in my ears?